Am I sure that I want to start streaming? The answer is yes. And in a few seconds, we have a stream. Maybe. There it is. Oh, look at that. All right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. And we're doing another live stream from the studio tonight. And I thought tonight it would be fun to check out the Las Vegas Strip in the area from the air. And also, we can do a bit of a drawing stream because we started that last night. So we have 2 viewers and 1 like. Whoever liked this stream, thank you so much. We're at home again tonight because it was a long day and I want to get out to the stream, to the strip. But it'll be a bit. So the gig lifestyle says, "Hey, Steven." Sean Slack says, "Hello, Steven." Joshua Saputo says, "Good evening." And we have our people here who are checking us out. Robbie is here. Robbie says, "Hello." What's up, Robbie? Oh, look at that. I'm buffering. So hopefully I don't buffer too much during the stream. So we'll see what we get here. We're going to be checking out the stream, and the stream will be Google Earth tonight. Hello from Virginia. Patricia is here. Booty meat. Shalom. Oh, is it Hanukkah still? I don't know if it is, but if it is, happy Hanukkah. And I am in my studio. We have better lighting than last night, thankfully. Josh said you've missed our streams recently. Elizabeth Chamberlain is here. Good evening from Chicago. Mary M says hello. So yesterday we started off with doing some drawing, and we can look at that in just a minute. So we're going to go back to that as well at some point here. How do I do that? Oh man, it's so bad. So we're gonna have to like multitask here. See if I can double click this. There it is. And then I'll go back to my drawing. So yesterday, if you don't know, and we're gonna continue that on, we did some drawing. This is not what we did yesterday. This is a separate thing that I was doing of Manny Pacquiao just for fun. Why is it not? There it is. So we're gonna go back and forth. We'll do this later. This is Manny Pacquiao. But for right now, we're gonna check out the strip in Google Earth and see if you guys are into that kind of stuff. So see what we can do and what we can say here. Why is it not working the way I want it to? Heavens to Murgatroyd. There it is. Okay, so we have the new Google Earth. So we have Pompsy here. Good day, Stephen. Glad to see you again. You should check out Pompsy. That person is in Australia, and they are streaming Sydney, I think it is, for you. Cheryl Mann is here. Mary M is here. Adrian 1271 is here from Malibu, California. Claudia Martinez in Florida. It's getting late. I just want to say good night. Hello, Claudia, and good night. Beth from Chicago is here. If you guys want to contribute to a Merry Christmas for us, go to notleavinglasvegas.com/donate, and I will call you out on the stream if you donate with Patreon or PayPal or with Cash App and all that stuff. And let's see here. Yeah, we have nothing else. The garage door was closed, though. I have that on my phone. Man, my work email is blowing me up, but we are here. There it is. Okay, so thank you in Florida. Yeah, so we're gonna take a look at the strip, and let's see if we can make this bigger and if I can switch back to the drawing app later on. And I certainly can. So here we are, and we have our strip from the air, and I'm looking at this on a tablet right here, so you guys can see this is my drawing tablet, but we should be able to control this totally with a mouse and see what we can see. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous, it's beautiful, and we have Fontainebleau. Of course, Fontainebleau opened up recently, so I want to get back to Fontainebleau and see if it's good on the second, third night. Fontainebleau is getting some terrible reviews right now. Have I been to the Vegas Sphere? I've never been inside. Matt Ross Vegas is here. Marie Kisser is here. Michael Poskai is here from Hamilton, Ontario. Go Tiger Cats, huh? There you go. What's this? There's no hockey team out there. It's the Ice Dogs. Eli for Poker is here. He says, Hola. So no, I've never been to the Vegas Sphere. I want to go. I think it'd be great to take Caroline to see a show like U2 or something like that. But just with the industry I'm in right now, we're not spending big on entertainment stuff. We are trying to get to one of those Brazilian steakhouses for our anniversary coming up in quite literally 10 days. So any donations you make goes towards that. Thank you so much. NotLivingLasVegas.com/donate. Matt Ross says, I might go there to see postcards from Earth. Yeah, that's one of the exclusive shows that they have. Why is Counts Customs showing? I have no idea. That is very strange to me. Okay, so we have Fontainebleau, and let's take a look and see if the sphere is even available on Google Earth right now. I just went to the sphere on November 1st. Ted Jooms says, what did you see? Was it a show that you went to, Ted? I'm curious to know. So how do I gotta move around. Is it control? Yes, it is. So we have to go this way to get to the Vegas sphere. We're doing an aerial view of the strip on Google Earth tonight to show you and answer questions you might have. And there it is, the glorious sphere. Now, what's funny about this area is that it's not a very good area, actually, once you get south of the sphere. So this road that runs this way, this is called Twain and Spring Mountain. It turns into Sands Avenue, and Vegas roads are weird. We have multiple different ways that they name stuff. So on the other side of the strip, it's called Spring Mountain Road. That goes out to Chinatown. And it goes through the strip and it becomes East Twain. And East Twain is not known as a great area. So if you guys are thinking of going down this way and seeing some cool stuff, just know that once you get down here, there is a lot of what we would call affordable housing and things. And it doesn't mean it's a bad area. It just, well, yeah, it's a bad area. I'm going to say what it is. So lots of little places that are not good after dark. As a matter of fact, I once thought I was going to a Roberto's taco shop and it had changed names. They moved to Roberto's and it was this blue building right here. And it was not a nice little place. I would not try to recommend you go there after dark. I once knew a friend who had a drug addiction and he came back with gunshots in his car. But you can see the sphere from right there. It's actually a gorgeous building, and it's totally worth taking a look of. Ted saw you too. That huge spire might distract the busy road beside it. Been so bright. It's not that bad, although it is 60 frames per second, which impressed me. Victor is here. Cool. When did the beautiful wifey return? She got back on October 27th. And that was a great day because we were reunited and it feels so good. But yeah. So you guys can ask me questions in here. I was going to make this debate me or something like that. You can debate me. You can tell me things. We talk about all sorts of stuff on these streams and we'll see how long this one goes. Hmm. But if you guys want to see something, I want you guys to go ahead and tell me what you want to see and I will type it in. If you want to see Summerlin or Henderson, if you guys want to see Dollar Loan Center, City National Arena, lots of cheap housing on East Sahara, ML says. Well, yeah, pretty much. East Sahara is another one of those areas where it's not that it's a bad area. So if we go out to Sahara, which is, where is that at? So it's going to be this way. We can see the Sahara Hotel right here. And this is East Sahara right here. So let's turn around and look on East Sahara. So we have a big giant plot of land, which is a bunch of nothingness right now. We have the monorail spot right here. And then we have East Sahara, which goes down this way. Now, what's weird about East Sahara is there is a bunch of jewelry stores down here, but there's also a bunch of strange adult stores down here. So there's no such thing as a red light district in Vegas like Amsterdam. But this area down here is not necessarily the best area of town. So I would say it's not really a great place to be. But, you know, it's it's very interesting. East Vegas gets kind of rough and then it gets kind of nice. What about Tony, can you take us to the Durango? Sure, we can do that. Absolutely. Let's go to Durango Station right now for Tony. Tony is one of the top 3 or 2 contributors on the channel. So we're going to do what he says. So Durango Station. And we can see it here now. Wow, that's weird. That's strange. So Google Earth is completely not updated here. Sorry, Tony. But yeah, obviously that can't, oh, that's not right. That seems weird to me. I know it's by the 215 Beltway. What is the Durango station's address? Let's do that. Durango station address. I don't know if Google Earth is having a bit of a hiccup. So it's Spring Mountain around. Wow. Durango Station, luxury hotels in Vegas, blah, blah, blah. So it is, oh man, it's right here somewhere. We're gonna have to find it, Tony. Wow, Road Glide Rider has been a member for 36 months with us. Thank you so much. That is amazing. That means you're a member for that long. You have been supporting the channel for that long. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Let's type in the exact address of the Durango station because that can't be right. Let's see here. Oh, wow, that is right. Durango Station Drive is not in Henderson. Wow, strange. We have to go back and find the proper address. I guess I didn't get the proper address out of the tab. Let's go back and try to find that. Luxury hotels. Oh, it is just 6915 South Durango Drive. 6915 South Durango Drive. So we're going to type that in. 6915 South Durango. There it is. No, 6915 South Durango. There it is. And this should be it right here. Let's see. Okay, that's correct. All right, so Durango Station is right there, and it's about 8 miles off the strip. Yo-yo. Wow. Happy Monday. Thank you, Yo-yo. That is amazing. I appreciate you. So this update is not completely finished. Obviously, the Google Earth people have not caught up, and it's showing you the plot of the land. It's a huge property, so we can see where it is in relation to the strip. If we zoom out just a bit, and we can see it's all the way out on the south end. The strip is all the way down here. So give you a general idea of where it is. It is kind of down here in relation to the main strip. So we went out there for a live stream about 2 weeks ago. They just opened up the Durango. It's owned by Station Casinos, and it is I don't know if it's their marquee property because they also own the Red Rock Resort. Hmm. Which is very interesting because they're competing with one another. This is the Durango station is really just a locals hotel in Vegas. It's not that you're not welcome as a tourist, but you're not probably booking a $40 Uber or Lyft to come out here. It's a big property. It's nice. Bad cell phone reception for streaming. Charles says, "Hi Steve, what do you think about Bob Dingo getting banned from Fontainebleau?" I might have to make a video from my car tomorrow about this. I think it's fair that he got banned. From what I learned yesterday is that he snuck into the Fontainebleau somehow and got footage before this. And even if he did not, he was not invited to the VIP and he showed up before the opening of the property and he decided that he was going to go into the property before. And you can't do that kind of thing. If there was a local restaurant near your town and you showed up at 4 in the morning to live stream, they would kick you out of the property too. You can't show up before the properties are opened. Sarah H is here. What's up, Sarah H? Nice to see you guys. If you guys wanted to ask a question about Vegas or whatever, we're going to do a live stream today. I don't know how long we'll be on. Lots of cheap housing on East Sahara. Have I been inside Fontainebleau? Cable Jones asked. Yes, absolutely. We're there on the grand opening of Fontainebleau. I'm very impressed with the property. I think it's very nice. I think it's a beautiful property. Um, I think it's worth your time to go take a look if you're on the north end. Otherwise, would I go there? Hmm. I don't think so. I mean, if you're a poker player, it makes no sense to go there because they have no poker room. Um, I mean, if you're not going to an event, but it's a nice property, it's worth going into. I think Dingo is banned for life. It's what I've heard. It could be. Michael Postguy says, "What do you think about the Raiders putting up over 60 points?" I mean, we're talking about football for a minute. NFL football, National Football League, American football. I'm not a Raiders guy per se. I have the Raiders jacket. The wife bought that for me out of a Ross Dress for Less store of all things. I think it's cool, but the Raiders have organizational problems and discipline problems. It seems to me like they have players that don't know how to handle their money, and they're in Vegas, and there's never a last call. Charles Jimenez, Thank you for your response. I agree. Okay. If you didn't agree, Charles would be like, "You're an idiot." Click. Unsubscribe forever. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. If you guys want to help us out immediately for Christmas, because we are in an industry. I work in advertising and everybody shuts down at the end of the year. Use notleavinglasvegas.com/donate and I will shout you out on the channel because I have my phone in front of me and I can know when people do a donation on PayPal or on Cash App as well. Ted says, are all the grandstands down? I was trying to get the strip tonight. I couldn't make it out there, but I've heard that they are not all down. Believe it or not, we're still in the midst of taking them down. So it's like Christmas on the Strip is a special thing, and there are still obstructed views. Now, I know in front of the Bellagio, according to our group Not Leaving Las Vegas on Facebook, that they have replaced the trees and those seem to be down, but I think the ones near the Venetian or the Palazzo are still up. Steve D is here. How's it going, Steve D? Road Glide Rider will be back in Vegas for the Star Trek convention at the Rio next year in August. Steven, is Durango in Rhodes Ranch or Spring Valley? Man, that's a good question. You know, I am not sure. Let's look up at a boundary map for that because Spring Valley is a big area in Vegas. It's a geographical area. Spring Valley map, Las Vegas. Let's see if that brings up anything that we can take a look at. So here it is. This is the map of Spring Valley. It's inside of here. So it's on Durango. Flamingo, Durango runs north-south, right? So it's on Durango Desert Inn. Let's go back to where we just were and see what the cross streets are there. So that should be able to help us out. So we're on Durango here, obviously. And we have to look at the Bruce Woodbury Beltway. That's the 215 over off of the 215. And what is this street? Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. Let's look at the street view, not at the satellite. Let's see, 3D buildings, photos, 3D coverage, update imagery. What? Of course I want to see that. Okay. Oh man, it's not showing me that clean, no borders. Oh, it's not showing that. Okay, hold on. Let's go here. Let's go to maps because Google Maps will show us better where it is. Okay, Durango Resort. Yeah, that found it right away. So it's on the corner of Mall, Bruce Woodbury. Here's Warm Springs. So it's on Durango and Warm Springs. So now we can tell you based on this boundary map we looked up. Durango is here. And where's Warm Springs? Durango and Woodbury. So, hmm. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Arville, Russell, Flamingo. These maps are hard to read. Hacienda. I would say it is in Spring Valley because it has to be, basically. Twain. Warm Springs comes out of the strip near the south end, though. Let me think of Warm Springs. Warm Springs goes down south end of Tropicana, Hacienda, Russell, Sunset. So we'll just go in here and we'll type in Warm Springs. Okay. Yeah, so Warm Springs is here. So based on what we just saw, it is just outside of Spring Valley, to answer your question. So I don't know if it's Rhodes Ranch, apparently. Rhodes Ranch, Las Vegas. Let's see if that comes up. So, no, it's not Rhodes Ranch either. So it might just be an unincorporated Las Vegas, if that makes sense to you. Let's get to some comments. But it's not in Spring Valley either. Steve D is here. You're a celebrity on your own. Love from Colorado. Very cool. Been a while. Hey, brother, looking forward to getting the art. Steve O is talking about my art. Do you guys want to see what I created for Steve O? I use a commission. Do you guys want to see? Tell me yes in the chat if you do, and I will get you that artwork. I have to find it right here. I took a photo of it. If you guys don't know, I do draw, and I love doing things for other people as well. So let me send it to my computer, and you guys can take a look if you want to see it. Debbie says yes. These are commissions. They're available for hire. Steve O paid a lot. I was surprised, so I will not tell you what he actually paid. Let's see, it's trying to send it to, there it is. Okay. All right, so give me half a second and I will find it just in a GIF here for you guys. All right, so yeah, you guys want to see it? Okay, so it was of a turtle of all things, which sounds bizarre, I know. But let me see if I can find it here. We're gonna go to my downloads because I just sent it to myself. And here it is. Oh, that's not it. Wow. It says it was sent to my MacBook Pro, but it's not showing up. Downloads, documents, Opera. Let's see if I can find it for you guys. And I'm doing some other stuff for some other folks right now, believe it or not, which is pretty amazing. All right, so we're going to get back to the chats in just half a second here. Let me just open this up real fast, and I can show you what that looks like. Yeah, so I sent it to this person here, and there it is. My goodness. So I did it 22 inches by 30 inches. It was a big thing, and it was a commission, like I mentioned. And I'm really trying to explore this. Caroline calls it my hidden talent that nobody knew that I had, including myself. I always drew things as a kid. So, anyways, there it is, and we'll move it over to the screen right here, and you guys can take a look. So this was of a loggerhead sea turtle, believe it or not. And let me open it up there. So yeah, that's what that looks like. And that's what I did for them. So give you an idea. So that was 22 by 30 inches in size, and I can make it even larger, and we can make it the whole screen right there. So that is what we did. So I'm really proud of that one. That took me a long time to actually do. And I'm going to be sending it out either tomorrow or the next day. I have to get the sealant. So when I roll it up and send it to them in the mail, it doesn't get all smeary and horrible and stuff like that. So let's see if we can zoom in on this a little bit. We can, I think. We're going to hit the, where the heck is it? We're going to hit the zoom button so you guys can see some detail in it and stuff like that. So that's kind of how that turned out. And he even has the signature that said as it is for Frankie and Steve out in Florida. So yeah, but I do all sorts of different types of art. We'll do some art later on in this stream, but we have 110 concurrent viewers and nobody is paying attention to this stuff. So let's get back to what we were doing here on the stream originally, which was looking at Google Earth. And let's see, where is my Google Earth right here? So Tony wanted me to look at that. Tony says, very cool. Terrence Lau says, AllNet project is now officially dead after 9 years. The project is a former site of the Wet and Wild. This is 3 times bigger site than the Tropicana's A's. Do you think it is a better site of the Tropicana? The answer is yes, I do. Let's take a look at where that is. So we can take a look right here. So, oh, my computer just had a weird hiccup. That was strange. Okay, so let's take a look here. Hopefully my whole setup didn't die. Okay, it's fine. So yeah, so if we take a look at what that looks like here, it's on the strip. And where's the strip? There's McCarran, oh, Harry Reid, whatever. So that's down here. So we have the Fontainebleau project on the north end of the strip. And this is the project that is dead right now. So that land right there was primed for something called the All Net Arena. Watbury is in the house. How you doing, Watbury? Nice to see you. Watbury is one of the old school original viewers on the live streams. Nice to see you, my friend. So this was primed to be the All Net Arena in Vegas. So let's look at what that looked like. And it was headed by a guy named Jackie Robinson. Obviously, that's the name of a baseball player, but no, dead and gone. But this All Net Arena was right here, and it was supposed to be a giant entertainment venue in Vegas. Uh, Renderings released for All Net Arena. Owner plans to break ground on project later this year. This was in 2001. So the AllNet, if it was built, was going to be a multi-use arena that was meant specifically to get a basketball team into Vegas. That's all it was. And it was a giant project with retail, bowling, and different types of things. Now, this never came to pass, unfortunately. The owner of the project, Mr. Robinson. He just never got the funding for it, unfortunately, but it was something that he really wanted to get done. So they kept extending him out, and he kept telling people that he had the funding for it, but the funding never happened, unfortunately. And this year they finally closed out on the project because he missed a payment, and it was a dream. Now he has a legacy in basketball, this gentleman. He's not a nobody. He played for the UNLV Rebels. I think he played in the 1991 or 92 years, whichever year they won the NCAA tournament. But he was never able to make it a go. And if we built a basketball arena down here, it would be a pretty great project, honestly. Now, over here you have the festival grounds for the Circus Circus that's owned by Phil Ruffin. He also offered the Raiders, or sorry, the Athletics, the land for literally $1 on a lease, but they did not accept it because they want to own their own land. And they think that that's the best way to go. Not necessarily the best way to go, but that's what they think. Um, let's see here. All Net Project is now dead. High 61 says that's dope. Thanks. August Ice says nice work. Pompsy says it looks pretty good. Drawing very creative. Let's see. High 61 says we went to Vegas when they still had the Formula One stuff up. It's back to normal now. And Watbury went to UNLV, and he was part of that whole alumni during those years, the Tarkanian years. Yeah, there's actually Jerry Tarkanian Way. That's a little road that runs parallel to the 215 Beltway. August Ice says, is the sidewalk open for pedestrians between Fontainebleau and Sahara? The answer is heck yeah, it's finally open. So yeah, now you can actually walk down the sidewalk the entire length. It was closed for a very long time for construction reasons and purposes, but now, just like anything else in Vegas, it's a giant sidewalk open for people to go down and view and walk down. And I'm glad it's open because there was times that I did a live stream where I had to walk outside on the street corner, but there's not much to see in front of the Fontainebleau. It's a giant casino property, just like anything else, with some music playing and some very nice landscaping. Wapri says, I had a class with Larry Johnson. He went to one class and never saw him again. Was Larry Johnson a basketball player? It could be if he had his scholarship, that kind of stuff. So yeah, Vegas is a very big and varied place, and going down the strip, you'll see a lot of different stuff that you're not expecting to see. And there's some big gaps in land, like what we have here in front of Resorts World and what have you. So, um, apparently Larry Johnson was a big time basketball player. I don't even know. Larry Johnson NBA. If you guys are curious, I'm using a browser called Arc. If you're on Mac, you should definitely look into it. Oh, there he is. Yeah, for sure. Larry Johnson, born 1969, American former basketball player who spent his career as a power forward with the Charlotte Hornets. And he was a big time guy. He has a website, LarryJohnson2.com. I wonder what happened to number one. So, yeah, so running Rebels, men's basketball. He played for the Knicks in 1996, the Charlotte Hornets in 1991. So, man, you had a brush with celebrity, didn't you? There you go, man. That's very cool, man. I love it. Sahara, Steven, I noticed your shelves behind you are bare. I'm moving. Am I still moving? Well, we're in the place, and I just haven't set everything up yet. I don't even have a table in this place. If you guys don't know, I sell advertising for a living, and December is historically a very slow month for advertising. So right now, we're trying to figure out what we're going to do for our wedding anniversary on the 28th. Caroline wants to go to Texas Day Brazil at Town Square, and I'm just trying to. I work off commission only, which is good and bad at the same time because when the commissions are good, they're great. When they're bad, they're bad. So I'm trying right now to make that happen for us. So that's what it is. And I'm super happy to have the opportunity to stream for you guys tonight. So that's where we're at. So I haven't set this up because I've been working nonstop. And then when I'm not at work, I come here and I'm doing live streams on the YouTube and stuff like that. And then we have to get back on the strip as well. I'm thinking maybe early morning live streams, but a lot of you guys won't see those, but at least I get people in the UK. Now, historically speaking, this is not meant to offend anybody in the European Union. Americans are a lot better at super chatting. I think it's culturally, Canadians are good too. I think it's cultural because in a lot of places in the world, you're not supposed to tip. So if you do the super chats over here, you're going to get more than if you're talking to a European audience. Although I have had some euros and some pounds sent to me. Is Warm Springs a separate city like North Las Vegas or a suburb of Las Vegas or just unincorporated Clark County? So that's a great question. Let's take a look back at Google Maps and I'll show you guys something that's very interesting about the city that Caroline turned me on to, which I didn't know. So if we look, at the maps of Vegas, right? So here's how this goes. Now you might notice something interesting about this, which is that the entire city is basically on a grid. It's a grid. So Vegas is a newer city, and being that it was kind of founded in 1905, they started building everything on a perfect grid. So if we go down to Warm Springs, which is just south of the 215 Beltway by the premium outlets, I think that might even be it right there. There's Warm Springs, right? So here's Warm Springs, and you can see that Warm Springs basically comes out, and I think it becomes terminal at, I want to say Wallapai. There's Buffalo, Durango. Oh, Fort Apache. Okay. So we got Fort Apache, and then we have nothing. So everything in Vegas is also named. Interestingly enough, if you're going the west side of town, because it's the newest side of Vegas, everything is named alphabetically too. So check this out. This is neat. Let's go down to Tropicana, Sunset, Russell, Trop. So check out Tropicana. Now I want to show you something, okay? You have Durango, and then further on down, the major cross streets are actually named alphabetically. So you have Rainbow, but then you have Rainbow, Tenaya, QRST, and then you have Tropicana, goes down further. You have Durango, D. Where's Cimarron? So my point is, if I'm doing this correctly, you have Buffalo. So you have AB, Buffalo, okay, Buffalo. Then you'll have a C, which is Cimarron, which is eventually up here. Then you have D. Then you'll have E, which if we zoom in closer will be El Capitan. And then we have, there it is, El Capitan, A, B, C, D, E. And then we have F further up here, which is Fort Apache. Then we have G further up here, which will be Grand Canyon. Yeah. And then we have H further up on here, which is Wallapai. You see how they did that. So it's a perfect grid, and most of the streets that cross and intersect are actually named alphabetically, which is very interesting. Um, you say you can't see what I'm doing. Is my screen not showing? Oh, shucks. Oh, man. Okay, so we have a bit of a problem here. So let me fix that up. I was trying to show you a cool thing. Go back to here, and we will remove and re-remove. Oh, man. Yep, I had this problem once before. How did I fix that in the past? We're going to window capture. Aha! There it is. Okay, so we have a window capture now. So yeah, there it is. Good. Sorry about that. Thank you guys for the heads up on not being able to see what I'm doing. Hopefully it'll update now and you guys can actually see what I'm trying to do here. So let's see, go back to my browser, which is Arc, and go back to my thing here, which is this. Okay, so there it is. Yeah. Okay, image stuck. Okay, so what I was showing you guys was that Vegas is a very new-ish city. Like in 1905 is when the city was incorporated. Let me see if it's moving. Is it moving? Good, it's moving right now. So what I was saying is that if you look at the city as a whole, it is very much on a grid. That lends to it being a newer city. So you could technically drive from north to south and stay mostly on the same road, east to west the same way. And then what I was also showing you guys was that if you take something like Flamingo, you start off at Valley View, that's where the Palms is, and you get to Decatur, that's a D, A, B, C, D, and then once we get out to Rainbow, it's funny because we go Rainbow, we go Tenaya, and then we go out to what's this next one up here? Buffalo, B. Then you have Cimarron, C, A, B, C, right? Easy as one, two, three. D for Durango, E for El Capitan, F for Fort Apache, and then like I was mentioning to you guys earlier, we have H for Wallapai. And that's kind of how the city runs. So you can easily get from one place to the other and get there completely on alphabetical systems, which is kind of funky. So yeah. So yeah. So to answer your question, is Warm Springs its own city? It's not. It's just a road. It's just a road that runs out and gets you from one side of town to the other. And I don't know how far Warm Springs goes on the east side of town. Let's find it. It's just south, as I said, of here, Warm Springs. So this is Warm Springs, runs past the airport connector, and it might go all the way east. Actually, if I'm being totally, wow. Yeah, Warm Springs goes pretty far north into Henderson, to be honest with you. So yeah, you get Warm Springs, goes all the way down into Henderson, loops around, goes past the Boulder Highway, Warm Springs keeps going, and you can see Warm Springs is a road that'll take you quite literally to the other side of East Las Vegas where you can't go any further. So alphabetical street orders. It's a beta city. That's the way Vegas works, and that's the way it's always worked. So it's kind of interesting. So yeah, we've been on the stream now for how long? 31 minutes. So yeah, you guys can ask me some questions if you want. Not a tremendous amount of viewers tonight, but I'm grateful to have 121 or 112 people here with me. Hmm. So we're looking at Vegas via the air, and we're capturing our browser window right now. So let's go back to that and see if we can get us some aerial views of the city as well. Okay, back to Google Earth, and there it is. And of course, we're just kind of browsing down the main Las Vegas Strip at this point. Will the Grindivik Grindivik. What is Grindivik? Oh my gosh. Grindevik. That is interesting. I don't even know what that is. The Grindivik volcanic. Really? In Iceland? Um, I'm not sure why an Icelandic volcano would hurt the city. If you want to explain that to me, I'm interested. Um, yeah, I'm not really certain why that would hurt the city, but that's interesting. The number goes up and down. It does go up and down. Look, here's the thing, man. I see streamers who stream the strip. They have 120. I mean, it's Vegas. Air traffic. I don't know. I mean, when a major volcanic eruption happens, it can disrupt everything across the board. So, yeah, I'm sure Grindavik could have some kind of a bearing on stuff like that. By the way, who was on my stream yesterday? Was anybody watching yesterday? Say yes in the chats. Were you guys into the drawing that I was doing? Say yes in the chats. I don't know if Steve D was here. I need to ask him his opinion. And Steve D knows some stuff about my life before I moved out of my place. So he was posting some stuff on Patreon about my former roommate, which is Dirk Arthur, the magician. I made his website, dirkarthurmagic.com. He's no longer with us, which is sad. Hmm. Debbie missed it. Do you guys want to see something interesting that's different? Incredibly different? I will show you something different. Say yes in the chat if you do. And I have to go back to my OBS and I have to change this to display capture. And hopefully it is going to display capture this properly. Let's see if it changes things up. And yes, it did. Oh my gosh, what the hell is that? Well, that is Manny Pacquiao. So there's a reason why I'm showing you this right now, obviously. Um, and that's because yesterday, we were doing something different. We were doing this, which is the Welcome to Las Vegas sign. Tom Slick says, hell yes. There you go. And so this is what we were doing yesterday. It looks like I'm just tracing some stuff, but I'm really not. I'm going to be painting this. So we can talk about stuff while we do this. I had some good feedback. The comments I did get were people that were saying basically that was interesting. It kept my attention. So we're going to go back to this right now. We did our thing that we said we would do, which is the fly through. Not a lot of people asking me to see a lot of stuff on the fly through, so we'll go back to this. And you guys can talk to me, and I'm able to talk to you. It's a two-way street, so you can ask me questions. You can debate me on politics. You can tell me about life and tell me if the economy is working for you. I'm very interested to know if it is. Talk to me in the chats because I'm here for you. So Tom Slick says, hell yes. Pomsy says yes. August Ice says, show us. I do art. That's not very good. This is a different thing. That's an eye that I did. This is a different eye that I was trying to do, but I can't make this work. It really bothers me. It makes me crazy because the inside looks great and the outside looks terrible. But yesterday we were working on this right here, which is the Welcome to Las Vegas sign. So I figured we'll go back to this right now. I don't know which one of my layers I'm working on, which is right there. So I'm waiting for some comments from you guys so I can chat with you, challenge me, talk to me. Basically, I'm here for you guys. So I'd be interested to hear what you guys have to say about life right now in general. But if nobody chats with me, then I can just so much as easily turn this camera off and have a conversation with my cats. So I don't see any other comments right now. Anyways, either way, thank you guys for being with me tonight as we do some stuff here. Anyways, you guys are great. All of you guys are lovely people. Um, is the soil rich across Las Vegas desert? Plant, fruit, trees, and flowers? The answer is no. Um, but we grow a lot of citrus here, obviously. Where is the star of the show? Well, we're not going to get into that right now. I'll text you on that privately. Um, but yeah, is the soil rich in Vegas? The answer is short answer no. We have a very arid desert. There's something very interesting about Vegas that northern Canada also has, which is that in general, by the way, this area here on the Mandalay Bay is going to be a freaking nightmare to do. So, northern Canada and Vegas. Can anybody tell me in the chats what the Northwest Territories of Canada, which is the most northern part towards Arctic Circle, and Vegas have in common? Tell me in the chats what you think it might be. We'll get to that in about 1 minute. I'll tell you what the commonality is. Set a timer for 1 minute. So tell me within 1 minute what Las Vegas, Nevada, and the Northwest Territories, or the northernmost part of North America, or the South Pole for that matter, have with Las Vegas. I'm interested in hearing what you think it is. August Ice says tundra. Heather Baker says yes to the drawing. Rosemary says, are you moving? I have moved in, Rosemary, and I decided to start the shelves over again. And I don't have a P.O. box anymore because my P.O. box place closed without telling me. So I really have to remove that from my send me stuff option because my shelves were all people who sent me stuff. So we have 1 minute left. What does the Northwest Territories in Canada and Las Vegas Desert have in common? August Ice says tundra. But if you guys want to take a shot at it, let me know. I'm interested to hear what you think the climates have in common. Okay, so we're stopping the timer. And the answer is that in the Northwest Territories in Canada, where I'm not from the Northwest Territories, but I'm from Canada, and in monsoons, I don't know that they have monsoons. I'm not sure about the climate up there in terms of moisture. The similarity is that you have permafrost in the Northwest Territories. And in Las Vegas, you have a type of climate that means that permafrost is here, but it's not permafrost because it's not cold enough. So in permafrost, you have about 6 inches below the ground where it's permanently frozen. So no matter what happens, it's too cold. The climate never gets warm enough to have anything below 6 inches below the ground be warm enough to grow anything. I'm sorry for coughing in your ears. I have seasonal allergies. It's really bad. When it gets cooler out here, things bloom and I get more allergies. The differences in Vegas, or the similarities are that in Vegas, when you have no moisture, 6 inches below the ground are not good for growing either. So if you look at northern Canada, they have a lot of shrubs and small plants where the root system doesn't grow more than a few inches under the ground. They spread out. And they spread out because they have to get moisture from anywhere they can, so root systems are larger. So Nevada, in the desert, the root systems are larger and more spread out, meaning that you don't have a lot of vegetation that is native to the valley. For example, these palm trees that I am drawing here, they're not native. They're never going to grow here unless you have tons and tons. And I'm talking probably hundreds of thousands, if not a million miles of little tubing underneath everything in the valley. The next time you're here, if you don't live here already, if you do live here, you know what I'm talking about. Take a look at the base of every plant, and you will find a little tiny sprinkler head that is set on a timer that goes off at a specific time. And then the water district is very, very meticulous about monitoring your water usage. I was sitting with the CEO of the company I work with, my Vegas magazine, and he got a call once from the water district, and they said, you have a water leak at your house. You must have a water leak because you are watering way too much every day. And it turned out he did. So they monitor you. Are you moving? I see. Okay, monsoons. Hey, hola, Steven. ¿Dónde está Carolina? Carolina está en el otro lado en la casa aquí, pero she's cooking stuff. ¿Dónde está? Okay, where does Bob? What does Bob Dingo and Tommy Spilotro have in common? They've both been 86th out of casinos, Tom. MGM Grand opened 30 years ago today. Really? That's interesting. Good explanation of Vegas botany. Yeah, not a lot of, but the thing is, citrus trees grow really, really well in dry climates. And I don't know anything about plants, the wife knows more. As long as they don't have what are called wet feet. If they have wet feet, then they're going to have issues with growing. So you keep their roots relatively dry and give them just enough, then they're going to grow forever and in spades for you. And I just screwed up that line and it's going to bother me. So I have to zoom in here and I have to fix that line. So this drawing that I'm doing right now will be available for anybody who wants to get a digital download of it. And you will be able to take this file to any printing place in your hometown and print this up to 22 by 30 inches. This file will not be done anytime soon. We're going to be completing this piecemeal on the live streams. We need a Caroline cooking live stream. She is an amazing cook. She made me a quick meal yesterday, which was chicken breast and corn and roast potatoes. Absolutely crazy. Hmm. Hardened balls. So Wanakasorn says Bellagio sidewalks reopen this Friday. Entrepreneurs are going to go back there again. Yes, the entrepreneurs are what I used to do in a past life when I was a timeshare guy. And I agree, they will be back out there. The Bellagio is a great place to meet people because they always congregate for the shows. Now, we're doing this drawing and we're doing like a light box version of this drawing. This is how it kind of looks right now. And you guys can see right there. The stage after this, after we flesh out all of the stuff we have to do, is going to be to color everything, which will be an absolute nightmare. I don't even want to get started on what that's going to look like, but we're just using this for reference. And I guess we kind of have to include some of the other stuff on the strip as well, so it doesn't look completely barren. But we are just fleshing out stuff right now and making it look halfway decent. So thank you for tuning into the art stream. Mangoes in Australia, Pomsy says, are so popular that one mango costs $5 Australian per. Whoa, that's expensive. How much are mangoes in the United States? We haven't had mangoes in a while. You guys don't know this. The mango industry is very strange. They have they fought with the Philippines over mangoes. Mango chunks. They don't have fresh produce in the Walmart app, or else I could tell you. Yeah, mangoes are Manila mangoes. Manila is the color, obviously. Now, Manila mangoes are a type of mango that comes originally from the Philippines, although the one you really want to have is Cebu mangoes. They're sweeter and you can't get them outside of the Philippines. My wife being from there, I know about that stuff. But Manila mangoes have an interesting history. The galleons, after the Spaniards conquered the Philippines in the 1500s, they came out and they spread this produce everywhere. About probably 15, 20 years ago, there was a big international trade commission dispute over who owns the rights and the naming rights to Manila mangoes. And the Mexican government won because they have been growing them for practically forever as Manila mangoes. And most of them come from Mexico. And that's just, the Philippines lost, even though Manila is in the Philippines. So, yeah, mangoes are relatively cheap out here when they're in season, but they can be expensive otherwise. So $5 per mango in Australia is pretty wild, isn't it? Gotta scratch my nose. I don't want people to think I'm picking it. Are you going to include the Las Vegas Harley Davidson dealer sign off to the right? Let's do that right now. So where is that? Oh, shucks. Is it not in here? Oh, you know where it is. It's got to be behind all these trees. Hmm. I mean, we could include it if we had a copy of it. Um, there'll be a way to include it. I have to get a copy of the sign, but it doesn't really belong in the picture as it stands here per se. But I am going to include some of these buildings in the background. I'm on 10. I need to be remember that I'm on 10. I'm going to include these buildings here like the Tropicana, obviously. We're going to include that. Make sure that this is all sketched in, that I don't do a lousy job on it. If anybody orders a copy of this digital, I will be mightily impressed. That would be pretty darn cool because this is an idea that we're trying out on the channel. We chat, and some people said that yesterday they said it kept them involved in the chats, which is pretty darn cool. Who is talking about me? Mango, Yumi, Yummy Mangoes. Yumi Mango says, who is talking about me? It is I, not leaving Las Vegas, talking about you. So, what building is that? I said that was the Trop. That can't be the Trop. That has to be something else because I do believe the Tropicana is this building right here, which we may not draw the trees in front of, but we're just going to sketch it in so we can have some background so it has depth to it. As I taught you guys last night, if you're drawing something, you have to be sure that when you draw things, your foreground has thicker lines around it than the background. That's important because that will ensure that you have depth for what you're doing. And what's interesting about this photo is that whoever did this photo, they have edited this digitally a great deal because if you notice, these billboards don't have any kind of ads on them. So this is a stock photo that I stole off the internet. Um, let's see here. All this talk about mango is gonna go make myself a fruit smoothie. BRB. We bought the other day. Yesterday we bought pineapples from a guy in front of the Ross Dress for Less store. That was fun. Support local business, right? Right. And so I have pineapple that Caroline cut. I was supposed to cut it last night, but we ended up watching the HBO Max special about Jared Fogle, which was frightening and disgusting. I knew he was a monster, but what kind of monster is he? A big one, that's for sure. Yummy, make me one too. There you go. Hmm. So we only have 80 viewers watching this, but that's okay. You're not always going to get 100 people watching your live stream. Whoops, I'm using the wrong tool right here. So there you go. So boom to here. And then we'll draw out this little thing right here. Make sure it's done well. So we got our billboards in the background. Vegas is so prolific off billboards. It's absolutely ridiculous. So many billboard lawyers or personal injury attorneys are big in Vegas. Kind of ridiculous. But there it is. And we'll draw some more buildings in the background here. Let's see here. Bedtime for me. Thank you, Road Glider. How old is that photo? I don't think it's too old, to be honest with you. It's not exactly a brand new picture. I'm going to fill in a lot of this stuff in the background afterwards. And we'll be doing this for the next few days. Yesterday was Sunday, so I guess more people were at home just chilling like a villain. in between NFL and stuff like that. So it's fun to do these kinds of things to get the idea of what we're doing here. And it's an interesting practice for me because I've never done this kind of stuff before on a live stream. And we can see an idea of what this all looks like if we zoom out enough and show you guys like a bird's eye view of everything that we're building out here. Now it's actually starting to look like something, which is really interesting. I'll probably put some trees on the left side right here. This looks really cool. Always love your variety of content. I learn something new every video and stream. Thank you, Justin, FYI. Justin's been watching this channel for a long time. Hmm. Yeah, man. I don't have a smoothie making machine. We have a Ninja chopper, but it's not big enough. We like most people buy things and then we don't use them, then we get rid of them. It's kind of crazy. So we had all sorts of blenders throughout the years, and then you get on this blender kick, and you want to buy more. You get another blender. Oh, I want to be healthy. And what you realize is, at the end of the day, to be healthy, you just have to eat healthy. You don't need smoothies, but smoothies are good stuff. They really are. All right, so what do we got out here? We got some trees. I'm gonna add a happy little tree right here. I'm gonna add a happy little palm tree. But these don't have to look perfect because we're gonna do some coloring on this later. But we have to basically flesh out the shapes of them, and then they will look halfway decent afterwards. Okay. All right. Yes. Hmm. And the background can look kind of somewhat silly when you're zoomed in on it, but it'll look good when we zoom out on it. Trust me on that. Okay. Starting raining a little this afternoon. Supposed to rain on Friday. Very cool. I wish we had rain out here. We might get some rain, they said, this week, but I don't know if that's going to actually happen. Weather forecasting in Vegas is tough. Unless the rain is coming in 4 hours, it's hard to predict. Have you ever been to Lou's Diner? I didn't even know there was a Lou's Diner in Vegas. That sounds like a good place to go. We love it. Is it like a 1950s place? And if it is, we're totally into those 1950s places. We went to a place down in Arizona that was just like that. It was very nice. So you see when you zoom in on it, it looks like that now. Yes, it's actually starting to look like something. I'm really impressed. Is the Durango close to Red Rock Casino? Not necessarily. Let's go to see where that is and show you guys an idea of that. Let's go back to my window here, get my Chrome browser up, and no, get my Arc browser. Sorry, I'm using two browsers. This is very complicated. So we'll go back here and let's see here. Oops, come on now. Oh, I don't like you. What are you doing to me, Smalls? Okay, is it up? Let's see if it's up in my OBS. Yes, it is. Okay, good. And where is my mouse? It's over here. Okay, good. So let's go here and type in on Google Maps, Durango Station to Red Rock Resort. Yeah, there it is. That should be the one right there. So this will just show you kind of how far it is. So it's a 22-minute drive if you're taking the 215 Beltway. Not necessarily close, but they own both of them. So, Red Rock is over in Summerlin and Durango Station, which I totally lost. Shame on you. Let's see here. Durango is here, and Red Rock is a little further far away. So, yeah, 22 minutes to drive out there. Not the worst drive in the world, but not a drive that I would necessarily do if I didn't have to. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Let's see here. Hi, Steven. Sally is here. Hey, Sally, how's it going? Hope you're having a great day out there. I just want to put in about an hour of time every day or every other day, just so you guys can get some time with me. Oh, okay, I only noticed the afternoon rain. Okay. So, yeah, we did an hour here and I did some drawing and we talked about some stuff. Honestly, at the end of the day, guys, I want to get back out on the strip for you guys. Is this the last week before Christmas? Just wondering what would be your ideal gift. My ideal gift would be able to take my wife out to a dinner and a show and not worry about my commissions on my job. So I'm trying to close some stuff at my work. That would be great. If you guys want to help out towards that, you guys can always, go to notleavinglasvegas.com/donate. We want to go to a comedy club because one of our first dates ever was at a comedy club. That'll be fun. And we want to go to Texas Day Brazil, which is a steakhouse over at the town square. That's my ideal gift. I just want to take care of the people that have taken care of me for so long. So if you guys are just tuning in right now, I'm just leaving right now. I love you guys. We're doing some drawing here on the stream. We checked out a 3D version of this with Google Earth. And I'll get back with you in a day or two, and we'll be on the strip at some point this week too. And you guys have been great tonight. So thank you guys for watching the stream. We'll do a history stream later on this week too, not just drawing. We're going to talk about the history of the strip. This sign right here, this Vegas sign, is also a very historic kind of thing in town. It's iconic as heck. And that's how it's kind of looking right now. So if you guys are interested, go to the link if you want to reach out to me to chat with me, or you guys wanted to, find out the other stuff we're doing. Thank you guys for watching. It's been a long day for me, and you guys are great. And we're going to click out right now. But subscribe to the channel if you haven't, because we have some stuff going on. We're going to say 3, 2, 1, click. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, and click.